The deep signal. The research vessel Nautilus Dawn floated dead in the water, 300 miles from the nearest coast. It was 3:47 a.m. when marine biologist Dr. Sarah Chen first heard it, a sound that didn't belong in the ocean's midnight symphony. She'd been monitoring the deep-sea hydrophones, cataloging the usual clicks and groans of the abyss, when the pattern emerged. Not whale song, not tectonic shifting, something else entirely. Tap, 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 tap. Regular, rhythmic, deliberate. "Marcus, you hearing this?" she called to her colleague in the adjacent lab. The hydrophone recorded sounds from 6,000 meters down, nearly 4 miles beneath their hull. At that depth, pressure crushed everything to pulp. No human had ever walked there. No light had touched those waters in millions of years. Tap, 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 tap. Marcus stumbled in, coffee sloshing. That can't be natural. They watched the spectrogram together, the sound painting neon green peaks across the black screen. Each tap struck with metronomic precision, exactly 4.3 seconds apart. "Maybe it's equipment malfunction," Marcus suggested, but his voice betrayed doubt. Sarah adjusted the frequency filters. The tapping continued, unwavering. Then slowly, it began to rise. Not in pitch, in depth. The hydrophone array tracked it ascending through the water column. 5,800 meters, 5,500 meters, 5,000 meters. "It's coming up," Sarah whispered. They weren't equipped for this. The Nautilus Dawn was a research vessel, not a military ship. Their only defense was a flare gun in the emergency kit, and prayers. At 4:12 a.m., the tapping stopped. The ocean fell into a silence so complete that Sarah could hear her own heartbeat throbbing in her ears. Marcus reached for the radio to call the Coast Guard, but Sarah grabbed his wrist. "Listen." The ship's hull groaned. Not the usual creak of metal adjusting to waves. This was different. Something massive had moved beneath them, displacing water with such volume that the entire vessel tilted 2 degrees to starboard. The depth finder showed nothing. Sonar showed nothing. But something was there. Sarah pulled up the underwater cameras, cycling through feeds from the hull-mounted units. Black water, black water, black water. Then, Jesus Christ! In the grainy green glow of camera 4, something pressed against the lens. Not scales or skin, but something smooth and manufactured. Metal? No, something organic but wrong. It had the texture of deep-sea flesh, pale and translucent, but it had been shaped, formed into geometric patterns that hurt to look at. And there were symbols carved into it. Marcus grabbed her shoulder. "Sarah, we need to surface and—" The lights went out. Emergency reds clicked on, bathing everything in blood-colored darkness. The emergency generator should have engaged immediately, but something had killed primary and secondary power simultaneously. In the red half-light, they heard it. A wet, dragging sound across the deck above them. Something heavy. Something that had climbed aboard. The radio crackled to life on its own, howling with static. Then, through the interference, they heard it. Their own voices, recorded from earlier that day, but played backward, overlapping, distorted. As if something had been listening all along, learning their speech patterns. Sarah's blood turned to ice when she recognized the words, reversed and restructured. "We've been waiting. The deep remembers. You disturbed the old signal." The tapping began again, but now it came from inside the ship, in the walls, in the floor, all around them. Tap, 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 tap. Marcus ran for the deck. She never saw him again. When the Coast Guard found the Nautilus Dawn 3 days later, the vessel was adrift, but intact. The crew was gone, all 7 of them. No blood, no signs of struggle, just empty corridors and labs with equipment still running. The only anomaly was the hydrophone recording, still looping on Dr. Chen's computer. 6 hours of that rhythmic tapping ascending from the deep. But in the final 30 seconds of the recording, before it abruptly cuts off, you can hear something else beneath the tapping. Breathing. Dozens of voices exhaling in perfect unison. And if you listen very carefully, you can hear what sounds like someone whispering coordinates. The same coordinates where the Nautilus Dawn had been anchored. The same coordinates where 3 other research vessels have gone silent over the past 40 years. The hydrophones are still down there, still recording. And sometimes on calm nights when the ocean is glass smooth and the moon hangs low, fishing boats report hearing it carried on the wind from far below. Tap, 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 tap. Always rising, always getting closer to shore.